Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with Stampin'Crew.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you for coming by to watch the tutorial today. Before we get started, there's a couple things I wanted to go over real quick. First of all, tonight at 6:30, right here on the Crew Stampers Forum on Facebook, we're doing a Facebook Live 6:30 for our May workshops. So it's 3 projects, masculine based, since next month is Father's Day, but these could be done for birthday, for any occasion. So stop by. Some of you have already picked up your kits. If you haven't and you would like a free kit, you can place an order. I'll have the host code tonight, so you can place an order for that. Next, last week we did these cute cards using the Pedal to the Metal stamp set, and we drew a name this morning, and these are going to Deanna Barton. So congratulations, Deanna. Another quick item is our retiring list. We have a new catalog coming out in June. It's fabulous, but our retiring items are leaving in a couple of weeks, so if there's anything you must have, now is a really good time to order that. And then don't forget to sign up on my blog to get updates. Whenever I do a Facebook Live, the instructions go on to the blog post along with measurements and the supply list. So it's Stampin'Crew.com, and you can subscribe, and super quick and easy. Okay, looks like we have Charlotte on. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, we're gonna get to it. So today was Sampler Day, and I asked you guys to vote whether you wanted the Sail Away sampler or the Tropical Oasis sampler. So by far the Tropical Oasis sampler was the winner. So that might have gone off for a second. I have to set my alarm for everything or else I forget. Hi, Tammy. Tammy's on. Okay. So last week we were having a green screen issue, and I think that's fixed. My phone actually updated, and it stopped doing it. So yes, regular color. All right, I'm gonna flip this down so you guys can see that okay. All right, so this is the sampler we're making today. I use the whole, Tropical Oasis suite. So we use the stamps, the dies, we use this braided trim, we use the embellishments, we use cards from the Memories of More card pack, the whole 9 yards. So this was my sample. So I'm going to kind of go through, put it together for you, show you 1 or 2 of the little coloring techniques. And then if you share it this week, you can be entered into a drawing for the one we're going to make today. All right, so we're going to start with our panels. I'm going to let you guys vote on the background at the end, but we're going to do our panels first. So I'm going to set that aside since that's so big. We're going to start, this is what I have on top, so we're going to start with this little center panel. So I pre-emboss this. This is using the Coastal Weave embossing folder, and that's crumb cake cardstock. So I've already pre-cut everything, and I'm just going to assemble that. And then I've done 3 of these little kind of plumeria, I think that's what they are, flowers. And so when you color, I just used Daffodil Delight, and I did the dark one kind of on where the shaded areas are. And we have dies for these, but I just cut these out by hand. You do not have to use the dies. All right, so I used the dark, and then I just colored everything else in with a little bit of extra right where the dark meets the light. These are really quick to color. Okay, then what I did was when I cut these out, and then I cut them in a little bit more than what the flower is. See, the flower just cuts out the outside. Grab my scissors. So what I did was just kind of cut in between the petals, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and round off if it's got a little pokey edge. Just kind of trim that off. Just kind of smooth it out a bit. One more. I'm just following the shape of the leaf. One more here. Okay. All right, then I'm just kind of taking my bone folder very gently, because I don't want to tear it, and kind of folding those back a bit to give more dimension and shape to these flowers. And then you can bend them up if you want a little bit. See how much more lifelike that looks with having some dimension. All right, let's do this real quick. Just kind of, and you don't have to use your bone folder. You can use your fingers and just kind of curl them back like that. Bone folder is a little bit easier. Okay. And then it kind of overlaps a little bit as you do that. All right, next I cut a piece of ribbon. No, where did my ribbon go? I know I cut that. I don't know where it went. So we'll just cut another one. I took this braided trim, kind of from corner to corner, and just pull it apart at the end, fray it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna just tape it right in the center, of course. Find my tape. Might be too much. That's a big piece of tape. I don't want it sticking out. Let's get rid of some of that. Okay. Then we are going to pop up our flowers. I'm just putting one dimensional and one mini dimensional on the back of each one, because these are not big flowers, and they're not going to be, you know, going anywhere. They're going to be stuck on here, so it'll be okay. So I'm just overlapping, and I'm making sure that the dimensional is not on the ribbon, it's on the cardstock, because on the ribbon it's not going to stick and it may come off later. That's kind of a coarse ribbon. And then I took these are these new gilded gems that will be in the new catalog. They're currently on pre-order in the Ornate Garden Suite. So I thought those were pretty. Is this pretty? That's it. That's panel number 1. Okay, our next panel, I have got, punched a whole bunch of those out. Okay, this is just Early Espresso and Whisper White. And I'm going to use the palm tree image. I'm trying to think what that's called. Right here, I put it on a block, and I'm going to just color this with markers. So I'm going to use the Old Olive on my palm fronds, and when you're coloring on your stamps, just make sure you use the side of your marker, okay? You don't want to ruin your tip coloring all over this thing. It's kind of rough. We like to be careful and take care of our supplies. So I'm just making sure that all of the palm fronds are colored in Old Olive. I'm going to take Pretty Peacock, and I'm just going to do a little bit of some highlights in the Pretty Peacock, maybe in the centers. Okay, do a little bit here. Alright, that's kind of a dark line. Mess around with that with my olive. And then I took Soft Suede. We're going to color the trunks with Soft Suede. All right. Give it a little huff. Oh, I already managed to get ink on there. Flip it over. All right. And I'm going to put this kind of over to the side. Cool! Alright, then I'm going to take crumb cake. I'm just going to color in my trunk with the crumb cake. So it's a little lighter than that soft suede. To add a little more color in there. Alright. Now, I wanted these to be coconut palms. So what I did was punched little teeny tiny 1/16 inch circles. And I'm going to just put three little teeny dots of glue on each, in the center of each palm tree. Of course, now I tried a larger circle. I tried an 1/8 inch circle, but it was just too big. They were not proportionate. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to pick these up with my little pickup tool here and use my poker to hold it down. There's another one and another one. Cool. Okay. Back up. I need to put some more glue on that one. Okay. Then I have Aloha, and this is from the dies. I love the dies because they do have this Aloha and they have the cool pineapple that we're going to use in just a minute. Okay, so this is in Early Espresso. On my original sample I did it in Peacock, pretty peacock, but you can do it in whatever color you want. The Espresso looks pretty too. I had actually die cut a bunch of these in different colors, and the Peacock and the Espresso look the best. So that's what I went with. And then I also have a little heart die. Now this heart, die cut heart, is not from the set, but everybody's got heart dies or punches or something. Just a little teeny heart right there. Just to add it, we need to add just a little pop of color, a little extra pop of color. Okay, let's stick this on. All right, that's panel number 2. So we have 3 small panels on this one and 3 large panels to go with it. All right, so we're just doing espresso and white here. And then I've cut out this big hibiscus flower and a couple of leaves. So I'm going to show you how I colored this. This is real easy. I just used real red. And this is the color that's kind of in the suite. And it's very quick to color these. Okay, I just did wherever it's got shading. And make sure not to go over that stamen. I'm going to color that yellow. So this is the dark real red. Alright. I'm going to use Dark Daffodil Delight on this stamen. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now so I see what I'm looking at and I don't color over it by accident. And then light real red. I'm just going to color in the whole rest of it. I don't get too particular on my coloring. I like to color fast and quick. Some of you do really beautiful detail coloring, and I love looking at your work. I have to be in the mood to do a lot of coloring. Okay, so I'm going to take the little nub end, the little heart end, and we're going to just do a little bit of blending between the light and the dark. And that's it. Quick and easy. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one as we did with the smaller flowers. We're going to cut in almost to the stamen. I'm going to cut way in on our petals. All right. That little corner didn't get colored. Let's just cut it off. Okay, this one's just going a bit. Okay, we're going to do the same thing very carefully. Bend your petals back. Okay, once they're bent back, then bend them back up at the center individually. I'm doing the stamens going to be up front. Okay, so you get them kind of shaped like a hibiscus. That's hard to say. An hibiscus, a hibiscus, a flower. That's easier to say. Okay, so I did 2 leaves. I've already colored one. This one is, I'm using Pretty Peacock. And I am just doing the dark peacock on the veins of the leaf. Alright, and then I'm just going to color in the leaf with the lighter peacock. Alright, I think that's everything. Let's do just a tad of blending. That dark peacock's pretty dark. Alright, so to make the leaf a little more shapely, I'm going to fold it to the center. Just kind of finger press that. And then on the outside, open it back up and fold it out. Then you can kind of bend it back up, and that gives it a little more dimension. Alright, so I am going to glue down the leaves. I'm going to have one coming off this way. I'm going to actually move that out so it's going to come off of our panel a little bit. And then we could put one big dimensional. I'm just going to do 2 small ones since I don't have my big ones out. Let's do 3 small ones just to be safe. That's a big flower. But I'm going to put them all in the center because I want that nice puffy look. Alright, we're going to center this right here, just like that. Very quick and easy. If you wanted, you could add some Wink of Stella on there or just leave it as is. Okay? Alright, so now we have our 3 big panels. The next one we're going to do is this pineapple. So, this little banner, it says Sunshine and Smiles, is from the Memories of More pack. It's from one of the cards that I just cut out. I just cut the banner part out of the card. Alright, and then this is die cut from the dies. This is also die cut. And then I just laid this on top of some early espresso and then cut around it so I wouldn't have white showing through. I wanted to have some of that dark brown showing through. You know, when you look at a pineapple, it's yellow. It's usually yellow, brown, and green. So I wanted to add a little more color there. Alright, let's get that fairly centered. Okay, so before we assemble it, I'm just going to do a little bit of sponging on the pineapple part. I'm using crushed curry, and this is a crushed curry cardstock I used. So I'm just going to sponge the top of this with a little crushed curry. That looks like enough. And then the top of the pineapple is Old Olive. So we're going to just do a little bit of Old Olive sponging too. And on this die, it has little kind of pop-out leaves. So you want to make sure those are popped out a bit to give it a little more dimension. Alright, and then I'm just going to sponge the edges first. And you know, everybody's a different sponger. Some of you guys are light spongers, some are soft spongers. I'm more of a softer sponger. So, you know, it's just whatever you like, how much ink you want to put on there. Alright, let's make sure we have this going the right direction. Does that go this way, or did I cut it to go that way? That way. All right, so we're going to glue this pineapple first to the early espresso, and I'm just putting a little bit of Tombow on here, just enough to glue it down. I'm just going to attach it to that. Whoops, then I pick it up and it goes everywhere. Let's try this one more time. Alright, we'll give it a good press before we pick it up. Alright, so now with the pineapple, you can have, I usually do my little V's going down. I have this out, I'm just going to use this. Not super close to the bottom, but you want to have this so the pineapple's pretty centered on your panel. So we're going to glue this on, but I don't want to... John, I'm on a video! John believes in standing at the bottom of the stairs and yelling at me instead of coming upstairs to see what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. You gotta love him. I apologize for having to yell at my husband while we're on the video today. Now I'm gonna be giggling the rest of the time. Okay, so I just popped up the banner and we're done with that one. All right, what do we have next? Oh, I forgot one thing. I'll go back and do it. Okay, so this is the next panel. And what I've done is take two of the cards. Now this card this set of cards I'd use for another class, so I didn't have all of my cards available, so I just picked from what I had. But Summer Sun I thought was really cute. It's the back of this one. And these cards are 3 by 4 inches. So I just cut it down to fit on here. And then I love the surfboards because this is really summery looking and it reminds me of Hawaii. So I just cut that down to fit right in. So you can see this is the back. I had several of these cards. On this cards, the small ones, you get 2 of each. So if you want to use both sides, you can. All right, so that one I just stuck down first. And then I took a little flower. This is also from the dies. It's got a die that cuts out 3 of these little flowers at one time. So one day I just cut a whole bunch of little flowers out of different colors. All right, so I'm just taking some linen thread. Leave a little tail, leave a bit there because we're going to tie it in a bow. Wrap it around twice. And then tie a bow right over that flower. Right in the center. And if you want, sometimes it's easier to just hold your finger there and tie a knot before you try to tie a bow, because then it will stay in place. So there, I've got my knot. I'm going to do a bow. And then you can just pull on your tails to get it the right size that you want. Oh, I like that. Okay. And we're going to stick this down right next to this one. All right. Then you can trim your tails off if you need to a little. I trim that off just a hair. Well, I can't see to get my scissors on that. Okay, and then I use the little ukulele trinket. We're going to attach that with the glue dot. Ooh, I'm almost out of this roll. Are there any left on here at all? No. They're all inside my box. Okay, this is one problem I have with these. Sometimes they get inside the box, but I'm just going to, I've got a few random ones in here. Look, there's a whole glob of them right there. Let's just pull off a glob of that. I'm going to put a little bit on the top. Did I get enough? I don't know. A whole glob of glue glue dot. So I'm going to put a little bit on the top of the ukulele on the what's that called? The fret? Terrible. Alright, I'm just going to pull out the rest of them and stick them on the back of the ukulele. Okay. And then I just put it right there on top of my flower. Alright, that went nice and quick. Alright, here's our last panel. And I have just taken a little strip of the designer paper. It's got palm trees on the back. It's got these bird of paradise on the front. So I'm going to just adhere this to the bottom half here. I don't want any white showing. And then we'll stick this on the early espresso. A little bit of white, not too bad. Okay, then I pre-die cut, and this I will put the die sets I used on my blog post. This is a word set that we have. I want to say word wishes, but I think that might be the other word set. So forgive me, I am not good at knowing the name of everything. Okay, so we're going to just do welcome, friend. Now I was going to cut out the Hawaiian word that says welcome, but with my dies it was too big and would not fit on even my long panels. The words are just long. Okay, welcome, friend. And then I cut another piece of this braided trim. I like doing a little bit of fraying on the ends. And then I cut a little piece of twine. I'm just going to wrap this around this side, this end in a bow. Not tight. I'm not pulling it tight. I'm leaving it, you know, kind of flat, since this is about a ½ inch or 3/8 of an inch. I didn't want it to look gathered because it's pretty thick. If you were to gather that, it would look a little bit messy. So I'm just doing a little bit. Okay, so right here you can use any number of tape. Will this fit? Yeah. I'm gonna do just a little double-sided tape right across the seam. Some tear and tape. Peel that off. I've got a little piece of gold something trying to get in there. All right. And then just make sure that this covers that tape that's on there. Spread that out a little bit. Let's slide this down if we can. All right, and then the last thing I have is I have a little hibiscus trinket. Let's see if I have any more glue dots left on my box. Look, I have another glob right here. That's why you need to, when you take your glue dots off of your, this is double-sided. Which side do I want? Which side is flatter? This side's a little flatter. When you take your glue dots off, make sure to, I'm going to stick that right on top of that bow. Those glue dots are not going anywhere. Make sure to keep a long string wrapped around your glue dots. Make sure you keep some of this around there because that keeps it from sticking to your box. All right, so now we have all of our panels done, and we are going to attach it to a background. Now usually I use white, so for my sample I used this olive color, and this is the back. This is so pretty, but it's so busy it wouldn't work, so I just used the background. Now I don't have any more of that, so these are our options. I'm going to kind of show you. So I have this one, which if you can see, it's just way too busy to be a background. Then we have the pink flamingo one, which it goes with that, but it's still just, I'm going to lay everything out so you can kind of see. So we have pink flamingo right there. To me, it's a little too pink. I'm going to let you guys comment on which one you like, and that's the one we're going to go with. All right, so pink flamingo. All right, I'll go back. If you want the leaf one, I'm going to lay this down so you can see. We've got leaf. All right, just way on the busy side, but if you want that one, you can vote on that. All right, the next one we have is pineapple, which is kind of cute. Not too busy since it's very light. It's like a nice sunny yellow color. I'll lay these out so you can see what that looks like. Oh, these go backwards. So that's not too bad. Not my favorite, but it's okay. So we have the pineapple. All right, so you could vote on that. We have the fruit side, but it is, once again, very busy. If you like the fruit, I'm not going to lay it out, but you can vote on fruit if you want. All right, this is another design from that designer paper. It has these little daylilies, or the tiger lilies on this side, which, once again, to me, is a little busy for a sampler. The colors are pretty, but I think it's a little busy. So that's tiger lily. Then we have this pool party, which I like that it's neutral. We don't, however, really have any pool party on our sampler. So, but it does make everything pop really nice. So if you like the pool party, vote for the pool party. That does look pretty. I didn't think it was going to look good, but it actually looks really nice. I like that. It makes it pop out, okay? And then I pulled this piece. It's actually from the Pressed Petals designer paper pack. And it's a little bit thinner, but it looks like a little mat, like a beach mat, which is why I picked it out, because I thought this would look really pretty. Let's lay this down. That looks nice too. All right, my favorites are the blue and the brown right so far. All right, I'm gonna flip this up so I can see what you guys are voting on. Everybody vote for your favorite. I'm gonna flip that upside down. All right, Kat likes the pool party. Anybody else? You guys vote which color you like best. I'm gonna give it just a minute while you're voting. Okay, Charlotte likes brown. Beach brown matte, brown. Pool party. I can see we're gonna have a tie. Brown. I got 4 browns, 2 blues. Brown. 5 browns, 2 blues. Okay, I'm gonna go with the brown then. All right, let's flip you guys back. Okay, brown was my favorite. Pool party's my second favorite. I'll say that. I'll go that route too. All right, so we're gonna bring in our frame. It's 1 5/8 inches all the way around. So we are going to, let's get this squared up. Sometimes it gets a little bit wonky, so I want to make sure each corner is really square before I glue that piece down. All right, we're going to start with the pineapple. Did that move? I hope not. All right, and we're going to glue our Summer of Sundown. Make sure that's not going to come out. Okay, that looks pretty even. All right. Get our hibiscus in. for this one. Always do your 4 corners first. And then you do the other edge pieces. Do Aloha next. And just eyeball it top to bottom. Okay, then we can take that off, double check everything, and then do our center. And we can eyeball that on all 4 sides. Yay! I'm so excited. I like this one. I'll be honest, you know, I really wanted to do the sail away, but once I got everything out, I really love this one. So you guys voted correctly. Next month, I have something really cute planned, so I'm excited about that. If you guys share this video today, I will put your name in a drawing to win this sampler. Also, make sure to sign up on my blog, stampin'crew.com, so then you'll get the updates with the video will be on there, but you'll also get the measurements and the supply list. Okay, thank you, Kat. I like this one. Now, don't forget to come back tonight, 6:30. We're doing our May workshop projects, 3 projects, masculine based. I think they're really cute, and I hope to see you then. All right. Thanks, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.